who feels difficulty much more in learning foreign language about the order of sentences between Korean and Vietnamese. And I do online language exchange. I learn Vietnamese, I teach Korean, and my language partners teach Vietnamese for me and learn Korean. So simply, about the order of sentence, for example, Vietnamese follow like the order of English subject, verb, object, like SVO. And but otherwise, in Korean, the order of sentence is subject, object, and verb. It's called 서술어. Like not only verb but also adjective will also be used at the end of the sentence. This order is quite different, and then the group of languages follow only two cases. Because next subject, the verb, is one group, the major group, and then the end of sentence uses the verb, verbs are used or adjective are used, the minority group. Korean and Japanese or the northern word and then the follow of the order of unique. So and then it's unique. So in fact, Korean studies English as school. Might be Vietnamese also studies English as school because English is a global language. The English is the not only languages, but also subject in common education system. So Korean people study English, so they understand about different order, like subject and verb. And so getting familiar with the pattern of English. The pattern of Vietnamese subject, verb, object is similar like English and Chinese. So and then Korean people familiar with the order of Vietnamese. Sometimes I can follow up the grammar pattern just like English in Vietnamese in many ways. So I feel without learning specific grammar, I just feel express in Vietnamese, even though it's not correct, but naturally I can say I build the sentences just like English, a little bit similar. But thinking about Vietnamese people who don't know about the order of subject, object, verb. The end of word is verb or adjective, and we call the social. But Vietnamese people know about the English, but the pattern, the order of sentences are similar. So, and Korean is unique. It's quite different. English people also, when they start learning Korean, the order is different. So different is a matter. So I mentioned about difference of two languages now, and then I mentioned about alphabet, words, but pronunciation different, and then combined words, reverse combined word, and then now and then the order of the sentence. So next and then about the particles, 조사, and then next syllable and the words and particles, the order. Six things are different between Korean and Vietnamese. I talk about this and then knowing about difference of each language when we do online language exchange, then with the language partners, then we can help them about teaching and then the difference of each language, then and we can understand that much more easier than before. Just studying and then giving, studying, memorize, and then following up that we don't understand about. But hey, let's memorize it. You don't have to understand, just memorize it. Okay, but no, not that like we just understand about the difference of each languages. Then and we can practice the difference of, for example, we can practice about in Korean and then the order of Koreans, then make the subject and then verb, and then between two words, we can make the object or something else. Then we can build the sentence in Korean. But me, and then when I make Vietnamese sentence, I follow the English patterns. Now, now I can speak English, so just like English, I speak Vietnamese almost is similar. So it doesn't matter then understand about the order of sentence. The order of sentence is very important. In fact, the difference of two languages and then quite important. Okay, now I talked about the order of sentence, and then I can make the contents with AI. And here I can go to ChatGPT with AI, and then go then with AI can say about it. Make content of the order of the sentence between Korean and Vietnamese after proofreading with in English, make content of the order of sentence between Korean and Vietnamese, the order of Vietnamese subject, verb, object, the pattern like English, but Korean uniquely the minority words, subject, object, and verb. And then this is a unique, both languages are different. So Vietnamese people, when they learn Korean, it's quite difficult. And let's talk about with it and after proofreading it. And then let's do it. For English, yes, I can get AI give me some good reports, and I can copy with the content from AI. And let's see, so copy this, and then I can add it. New contents. Hmm. You are diving into a very deep, insightful topic, the difference in sentence structure between Korean and Vietnamese. How that affect language learning, especially when Vietnamese people learn Korean or vice versa. Let me help organize, clarify, and summarize your idea in natural English and respond to your question. Topic summary. Key differences in sentence order. Vietnamese sentence order, like English, subject, verb, object. Example, told and on, like it lies. In Korean, sentence of order, unique subject, object, verb. 나는 밥을 먹어야, I like eat. And then language learning difficulty. Vietnamese learner may struggle more when learning Korean because the word order is different from Vietnamese and English. Korean use a particle, meaning got a little more flow in sentence, which makes Vietnamese does not. Korean put verb at the end, which is very unfamiliar for as we all speaker. Korean learners or Vietnamese may have it slightly easier. They are used to studying English subject, verb, object, and so Vietnamese feel more familiar. Vietnamese doesn't use particle or verb ending, which reduces complexity. So who feels more difficulty? In general, Vietnamese people tend to find the Korean grammar more difficult because the word order, particle, and verb endings are very different from what they are used to in both Vietnamese and English. Whereas Korean people may find Vietnamese easier to understand initially because they are already familiar with the SVO structure through English and Vietnamese sentence follow a similar pattern. Technique tip for language exchange when you teach Korean to a Vietnamese partner. Emphasis on so we as one of the first things. explain how the particle show the subject and object, not word position. Use a constructive, contrastive example. 나는 밥을 먹어요. 또 안건. I like highlight how 먹어요. It always come at the end of in Korean. And also understanding the differences between Korean and Vietnamese grammar, especially sentence order, is crucial in language exchange. Instead of just memorizing language patterns, can analyze and compare patterns that make learning more meaningful and more fun. Would you like me to make this into a lesson plan or a blog article for language learners or teachers? Okay. I talk about the order of the sentence between Korean and Vietnamese. And Vietnamese people struggle when they learn the order of sentence in Korean. That it goes, it's first time to know about the language. If they learn Japanese people and then, yeah, it's familiar with that. Mm, Unlikely. And in Korean, the order of sentence in Korean is quite difficult to Vietnamese people who learn Korean.